Hi, I'm Amelie Abass, and I'm here representing Young Make Votes Matter in Dalston. And I'm here with Nate Higgins, the councillor representing the Green Party for.
Stratford Olympic Park. Hello.
Great, yes. So Nate is here answering a couple questions for us on electoral reform and what he would like to see changed. So, Nate, we know that the last general election, the majority of people did not get the MP they voted for.
Hmm.
How many times have you voted, and has your vote ever counted?
That's a good question. So I had the privilege of starting voting during the Brexit period. 2015 was the first time I voted, so it felt like we voted a lot in that period. The general election, referendum, European elections, just endless. But it didn't really feel like my votes counted, except for two times. So one, voted Green in the European Parliament elections in 2019. We got Scott elected as our London MEP, and then for myself in 22, I got myself elected, which was a good feeling.
Amazing, amazing. Why does Parliament need a greater variety of voices and not less?
Oh, because these are really important decisions that are being made, and if you exclude voices from those conversations, you're just going to get worse decisions that don't take into account the impacts that they have on people's lives. There's no monopoly on wisdom. The way that we make good decisions is bringing lots of voices to the table, and the only way that we're going to do that is by fundamentally changing the system, and that starts with changing the voting system.
Completely agree. Completely agree. Okay, so a very topical conversation now. If we move to climate, we know that young people are very worried about the environment,
Yeah.
right? How do you think electoral reform would help us to address the climate crisis?
It's so key. The two party electoral system allows these two parties to collaborate and collude with each other to shut out the issues that really matter. So we're supposed to have had a whole new government, and yet they're just continuing with this wreckage of our environment, expanding airports, clearly supporting new oil and gas, despite them saying that they wouldn't do that. It's the electoral system that's allowing them to shut out alternative options. And we know what the truth is about the environment and about so many other important issues. And you need that sunlight of democracy on the issues to really force the system to pay attention. And it really is the electoral system that's allowing them to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well said, well said. And finally, what is the most important thing to you about changing our voting system to one where every vote counts?
Everyone knows where things are going if we don't make a radical change to how we make decisions in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Young people, somewhat understandably, are becoming increasingly unsure and untrustworthy of democracy itself because it's not delivering results for them. Because the democracy that we have is a sham and it's nothing of the sort. And I'm scared about where things are going if we don't change the system, if we don't really radically transform how we go about listening to people in this country. But if we keep making it so that people's voices aren't heard, if we keep ignoring them, then people are going to turn to increasingly desperate options. And that's understandable, but it's scary, and it's not inevitable. So we can't be blind to that. We have to take action, and that means changing the electoral system.
Wow, powerful words. Thank you so much
Of
for
course.
answering my questions. And if you were interested in what was said here tonight and you also want to be part of the change, just search Make Votes Matter.